So, another week, another bullshit video. Yeah, I guess it's time for flipping Godzilla. I hope it's not like 98. I still see your fucking scars.
Yeah, tell me about it. My God, my neurologist has been on me about using the Godzilla 2000 to do that because it's digging a hole into my cerebellum.
Well, I mean, it's not like 98 isn't doing it from the inside out anyway.
True.
Alright, here's your damn rant show, folks.
Greetings, and welcome to the internet's best damn show ever, now that Cute with Chris is gone. All your dreams are dead. Thanks. I'm your host, E. Adam Thomas, and you're watching Film Rants. Tonight's episode marks the first review of a brand new movie in theaters now. I'm speaking of the reason I've been making you watch kaiju movies all month long, the new Legendary Pictures release of Godzilla. Directed by Gareth Edwards and starring Bryan Cranston, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen, and Ken Watanabe, this 123-minute film is definitely better than the previous American version. And I'm going to try to do this without spoilers, but no promises, okay? It's about a giant lizard that cooks meth to pay for his medical bill. Look, it's Godzilla. We all know what it's about. The important thing is whether or not the filmmakers made us give a fuck about what it's about. Well, friends, you all know how especially judgmental I am about my kaiju aiga, especially after how fucking pathetic 1998's version turned out. So, believe me, it actually pains me to have to look you all in the eye and say to you, this movie was fucking awesome! I mean, unbelievably amazing and fucking cool. To break it down, first off, the acting is really good. Cranston, yeah, that's expected, but the whole cast was pretty awesome. Even Elizabeth Olsen was able to veer away from the shadow of schlock that is her older sisters. She's a real talent to be watched, to be honest. For something besides possible nipple slip pictures. Not that I would complain, honestly. Anyway, back to the film. It hits way more right marks than wrong ones. There is a very real, human feel to the film that is missing from most of the other films in the genre. Other than the original 1954 film and maybe a couple of the Heisei era films, most Godzilla films are pretty much what it says on the tin. Giant monster beating one or more giant monsters into the ground. That's this film too, but it's played more personally. In a way, it hits a lot of the same emotional marks that Gamera the Brave does, only better. You care about the characters you're supposed to care about, including the monsters. I know that Godzilla himself was a CGI creation, but it was so well done that you actually start to think of him as a real creature, and not a predictable caricature. Godzilla won't be dancing, speaking to Anguirus in monster speak, doing flying drop kicks, or laying eggs in sports arenas. This Godzilla is all instinct, and although he's a powerful force of destruction and chaos, he's not malevolent. He's simply an alpha defending his territory against intruders. And, spoiler alert, we're not the intruders. That's right, it's not another Godzilla versus plastic tanks and secret military ray weapons. He walks past us like we're just a bunch of ducks floating in a pond. He's got better things to do, like show a couple of giant lizardy insect bat monsters who really owns this fucking planet. This film is not without its faults, though, but the biggest ones for me are the kind of things most of you vapid freaks wouldn't give two shits about. My biggest gripe with this film is the music. Oh, it's good, somewhat exciting and compelling, drives the story along and all that, but it's a Godzilla movie. A legitimate Godzilla movie, which has earned its place in the Hall of Champions. Now, what do all the best Godzilla movies, namely the original film, about 75% of the Showa series, 4 out of 6 of the Heisei era, and by homage, even most of the Millennium series have in common? A creepy guy in a big lizard costume? No, you pathetic ripoff of a gag from The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. This. You are hearing the masterstrokes of composer Akira Ifukube. His music is practically synonymous with the Godzilla series, and all I'm saying is that they could have at least given us a few bars at the end when Godzilla, well, spoilers, sweetie, sorry. Anyway, I think it would have been a nice tribute if at least during the end credits they could have shown some Ifukube love, you know what I mean? That still didn't ruin it for me, though. The only other thing that really bugged me was, well, I saw it in 3D. This film wasn't shot in 3D. They charge extra for 3D, so don't waste your money. This movie was made in 2D, so it will be fine in 2D. Artificial 3D looks too fake, and this film deserves better. Save your 3D specs for movies that were made in 3D to begin with. On to the Rantometer. I'm giving a Godzilla a 4 for artistic merit, because even in fake 3D, it was really beautifully shot and very well written. Cool factor is a full 5, because the film has a really good flow to it, as well as the coolest looking Godzilla we've seen since Godzilla vs. Destroya. Originality gets a 4, because even though Godzilla's story has been rewritten a half a dozen times by now, they still found some interesting, if archaeologically unsound, new twists on the origin story. I am giving it a half of a razor blade because of the fake 3D and leaving out Akira Ifukube. That brings it to a 12.5 on the Rantometer. This concludes our first new release rant on Film Rants. Tell us what you think. And if you're good, we might even do more new releases over the summer, like X-Men Days of Future Past, or Seth MacFarlane's new comedy A Million Ways to Die in the West. Let me know what you think of some new releases, some old classics, or this show itself on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, using the hashtag FilmRantsEAT. Next week, we'll be looking at a film that might just be worse than the '98 Godzilla, The Giant Claw, starring Jeff Morrow, Mara Corday, and a bunch of actors whose careers were basically destroyed by that movie. Play us out, Akira. I like monkey peni.